do you guys think is going to happen with Halo 6? Because as we sat in our little pit of a room a year ago and complained a lot about the campaign and where it went story-wise, what it's sort of the character development, you've got that weird two sides of the Halo 5 coin where campaign we think is pretty much a mess, but the multiplayer is the best multiplayer outside of Halo 2. Where do you go with Halo 6?
I mean,
if you're Chris Lee, where do you want to take this thing?
4, 5, 6, that was going to be a trilogy, right? So
initially,
and then
they kind of backed off of that later.
Well, I mean, it's a cliffhanger right now, so we'll figure out what happens with 6. Hopefully, they figure out a way to write around the narrative that they delivered in 5 and make it a little more interesting. I mean, a lot of the marketing was fantastic.
Right, that was part of our problem.
4 or 5, and maybe they just actually make that story.
I know you, Destin, are Spartan Locke's #1 super fan.
He's awful. He's the worst character.
So do we open Halo 6? Go ahead.
He's bad because of how he was written. You know, they amped him up as he's going to go after Chief and he's going to take him out. And then they meet and he's like, I guess you're right. He just gets rid of any, combativeness that he had.
To be fair, I wouldn't argue with Master Chief either.
But that's why he was interesting.
Good point. You're terrifying.
That's why he was interesting, though, because could Locke actually stand up to Chief? And they just throw it away, And then they also make it focus on Locke. We've already talked about this a lot.
Ad nauseum. But
what if they just get rid of the character Locke and just keep Mike Coulter and just make him Luke Cage?
They already got rid of Mike Coulter, remember?
Oh, dang.
Before the game even shipped.
Oh, yeah, he was just in the live action thing.
Yeah, and then he was gone.
And then he was like, oh, guys, I signed on to the MCU. Bye, guys.
Yeah, that was a much better career move on his part.
It actually seemed like with 5, what they were trying to do was almost get rid of Master Chief.
Right, which is not a good
No
move.
one wants that.
Yeah. No one wants that.
Remember when Metal Gear tried to get rid of Snake
Not
and introduce Raiden?
What if they straight up kill off Locke's team? In dramatic fashion?
Well, that was what I was going to ask you is, what if Locke is... what better way to sort of get fans back on your side in Halo 6 than in literally the opening cutscene or level, he just dies.
Yeah.
He just gets killed.
Or just make it so the UNSC just has a major hit, because there's this new force that's up against them. And basically that's the goal of the enemy at the end of 5 is to wipe them out. So they're going up against somebody really, really tough. So they're going to need all the help they can get. And what if they lose a major player like Locke? And they're like, Chief, you're it. Bring it back down to Chief, because he was the hero of the old games. And now there's all these other... There's too many characters.
And that was the strength of Halo 4. That's why I loved Halo 4, was because I thought it was the best, most personal Master Chief story, even more so than Halo 1, 2, and 3. And then 5 just walked straight away from that.
1, 2, and 3, it's the Chief is just... a vessel to tell the story about the universe, right? I love 2 specifically because of how much you learn about the Covenant.
Yes.
I love that. You still don't learn much about Master Chief, but the Covenant lore is awesome. And I wouldn't mind seeing that with all of the different races in the universe. Make it more Star Wars-y, I guess. But I also kind of wouldn't be surprised if they made it online only.
Well, not the campaign.
I kind of wouldn't be surprised if they did.
What, like Destiny?
Yeah. I don't want that at all, but
they won't.
Wouldn't shock me.
Too much of a departure, like Titanfall 1, you mean?
No, I would think more like Destiny.
Yeah, I think
Well, I don't think they could do that.
What if we just get to play as the Flood?
Well,
good contribution, Marty. What if you did get to play as the Flood?
I do think we'll get to
play as one of those little brain guys.
Yeah,
the popcorn
spores.
Yeah, the popcorn.
I do think we'll play against them because I think that that's gameplay wise, narrative wise. That's the one place they can go back to in 6 now. We've had 2 games without the Flood, which honestly I was ready for a break after 3 from them. But we've got, spoiler alert if you haven't finished
Spoilers
the game.
for the next 10 seconds.
Whatever.
There's a Halo ring.
You've had a year to play it.
All right.
The Halo ring. So, and what do Halo rings? They're there to contain the Flood. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if 6 is now going to be, whereas 4 introduced the Prometheans. So you had
Is that a spoiler? You considered the Halo ring a spoiler?
They were all blown up.
The fact at the legendary ending of Halo 5,
right?
That you get that stinger at the end of. So I wonder if it'll be a 3-way war, or 4-way, but if it'll be the Covenant, the Prometheans, and the Flood.
I would like that a lot.
You have to fight them all. That would be
Gravemind comes back. and
Fade me,
he
Caesar.
takes out
Mr.
Cortana.
Dustin.
He takes out Cortana for real. The plank from Little Shop of Horrors saves the day.
I feel like the more we talk about Halo's story, the more I'm like, Halo's story is kind of dumb. I'm gonna be honest, guys.
It's gotten rough.
5 took us there, man.
Yeah.
It's all Halo 5's fault.
Yeah.
But multiplayer's so good.
It is really good.
Fantastic.
So good.
I mean, of course, I'll play 6. I'm still a big Halo fan, even though the story has gotten pretty muddled, as Marty pointed out. But I'll give him one more chance.
That's the thing. Halo campaigns have been the one series where I just continue to be crazy excited to get a new one.
Yeah.
5 kind of took that edge off for me. I'm gonna be. I mean, I'll be looking forward to 6, but it's gonna be with a real like at arm's length caution. Like
Safe way to play
let's
it.
See.
What if 343 takes care of the level design, combat design, mechanics, and then they just outsource the story to like Campo Santo or Fulbright? Like, hey, can you guys make the story?
Like a 4-hour Firewatch campaign.
That'd be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
Master
Please.
Chief on an alien planet, no combat.
Yeah, I would love that.
Well,
actually.
Master
Biggest mod
Chief
game
on
we've
a
had.
planet, no armor. You know, you start out humanize the character a little bit more. That might be a little interesting.
Blind all
I'm
the
not-
Covenant with your paleness.
Yeah,
What do you reckon he wears when he's not wearing armor?
He's just straight up naked, dude.
You just naked?
Yeah, he's
He's
donging
not
out.
He
free
hasn't
balling
been-
it in
he's
that suit.
absolutely donging
There's
out.
got
I
to be
feel like he
like
wears a
a
jumpsuit.
yes,
He hasn't been out of
sort
armor
of
in a long
an
time.
Yeah.
an Under Armour,
Yeah.
No.
situation
He
going
was
on there.
briefly at the end of 4, and then
Out of armor?
Briefly phrasing.
well because they had to switch out. He had old armor on, so he had to switch out of it in 4, and then he was right back
And
in
he was
it in 5.
wanging out super hard.
But then like he just started.
super
He
hard.
kind of went
Okay.
rogue in 5 and started doing his own missions and stuff, and got his crew back, the Spartan 2s. There's a lot of cool stuff in 5. There's cool little threads, and then they just kind of unravel it by the end.
What if Halo 6 is just a series of vignettes?
Damn it, Marty.
I really like series of vignettes.
Well, Battlefield did a good
Halo
job of that.
1, the number 1.
I would love that.
That
be
sounds
great.
terrible. No, don't do that.
That's not a good
Don't
idea
listen
for
to
Halo.
Marty. Nobody listens.
Please listen to Marty.
Marty's not a game designer.
What if you flash back to the early Spartan 2 missions and you have to play through them, like with limited armor and stuff like that? We could hypothesize.
I have said that that is one way they could totally just get themselves out of this narrative mess is still keep Master Chief, but just go back in the timeline and do some other
Like ODST style?
fight some other battles and tell some other stories. Let's just get out of this hellhole of a mess we're in.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do.
Maybe after 6. I think they're sort of stuck with
6, they have to wrap it up
Yeah.
somehow.
Do something with Locke.